Hello guys, Frost here. So this is the beginner's guide to Rift. So when we entered Rift, we have a few choices here. So here you have the storage of the loot that you have collected during this run. Here is the progress bar and how many loot that you can collect. So just if you forget to get anything, you can see here that you missed something and you can go back and claim it. Here you have the camp button. You can go back to the main camp. And here you have the option to change the difficulty. You can change the difficulty only once, so it is advisable to try the higher difficulty first and then go back to the lower difficulty if you're unable to complete it. Because if you try the lower difficulty and swap it to the higher difficulty, you won't be able to go back again to lower difficulty to claim the loot. Then you'll be stuck on a higher difficulty with half or maybe no loot at all. Okay. And here in storage you can claim the loot that you have at the moment, but I suggest doing that only when you're satisfied with it at the end of the run, if you don't want to try maybe lower difficulty or higher or anything else. So when we start the run, you can collect the items by clicking on them, and here in the progress bar you can see how much you took. And then you can engage monsters in battle. There we have the option to engage the battle and auto fight. This is amazing because when you complete only one difficulty once, next time when you do it, it's auto completed, so you don't have to do it manually every week. Again, when you enter the battle, it's the same as per usual. On normal, you have all the slots available. On hard, you have only 8 slots available. So for the stage 1, I would suggest some mages, and I would suggest placing them according to this. So you can place tanks in the positions, these 3 positions on both sides. So when the boss does the AoE damage, he will target the tanks. So both tanks at the same time. So you can choose to put them here or here, depending on the position. If you put them here, you have this position as free. If you put them here, you have this position as free. So you can choose accordingly. The option that I took is to put them forward because here then you can put someone like Arrogance, and you can dish out some extra damage. Additionally, you can put 2 healers here, you can put 2 range DPS here, and here you can put Dolores to buff both range DPS. Because the range of the AoE is 1 tile away from the tank. So that way nobody would be taking damage during the whole run, and I'll just speed it up and you can see how the rest of the run goes. So as you can see, the AoE misses everyone, and you can I play just 1 healer here, it was enough, and that would be pretty much it for this run. So for this one is a little bit tricky because you have 2 spots open here and here. So you don't have 3 spots anymore where to place the healer tanks. So if on this run it targets only 1 tank at a time. So then the melee ranged DPS wouldn't be preferable on this one. What I like to do is I like to place the tanks on these positions, and then use the healer on one of these tiles so he can reach both of the tanks. You don't have AoE damage going to your range platform DPS, so I like to put 1 mage here and 1 mage here, which would be safe all the time. They can be like glass cannony and nobody would touch them, and then you have a tanky healer in one of these 2 positions, and then he would cover for the tanks, and that would be pretty much it for the stage 2. And now let's see how it goes. So when it comes to the gold run, well, it's pretty much the same as you done the XP and the gold runs as well. I just suggest putting two tanks, so you don't get any guys to slip through, and then put your strongest AoE and single target damage behind or on the sides, and that's pretty much it. You can go around the map and you can see if there's some loot on the sides, but don't forget that at any time you can see when you finish your progress, so you can probably go back and take all the loot. So for this run, the thing is that she would be attacking the last person that was set. So what you want to do is you want to place your tank last. So place a DP, or don't have to be a tank, but like a tanky healer. So then he will be able to tank everything for you, and otherwise it's a pretty much straightforward run. So as you see here, I placed my Zealous late, and then she did attack him and kill him. So this run was a bit slower than it's supposed to be, but yeah, you try not to make the same mistake as I did. And otherwise, if you can see, she's just attacking the tanks, and then the tanks are perfectly fine. Now she attacked my Volca because I summoned her afterwards. So that's the only difficult thing about this run, just placing the tanks last. Okay. So on this one, she would be attacking the last unit that you place. And on the bottom line, there's like some flying units, and the ones that submerge and then get stronger. Those you want to kill before you kill the others. So my suggestion is placing some fire here, so they can be killed, and then some ranged marksman DPS probably here, so they can then snipe the flying units. And then when the boss comes, you want to place a DPS here first, here second, and then here third time. So you can attack the boss while he's casting his ability. You want to interrupt casting of the ability so she doesn't get a buff. With one buff you would be okay, but more than one buff it can be tricky. So the idea is, what you want to do is you want to remove your tank that you have placed. You want to place the DPS here and then place another tank after the DPS so she attacks the tank. When she moves the position, then you want to remove this tank, summon a DPS for the second position, and then place another tank in its place. So basically you need 2 tanks for this run to go. So let's see how it goes. So I place here the range melee fighter and then the range DPS. Now when she comes here, she starts summoning, and then I placed my Pyros here right away, so he can destroy her shield, and she's attacking the tank. Then when she moves, I desummon him. Now I summon him and here another DPS. I sell my tank and put another tank in here. I wasn't that fast, so my Nocturne got hit once. Then he keeps attacking and removing the shield while she keeps attacking my tank, and which is perfectly fine. Now here the third time, same thing. I was a bit slow here, but doesn't matter. I bit over gear here, and that's pretty much it. The whole run for this stage. So for this one, you're basically supposed to be putting them on the bottom, and on these two tiles you can put the DPS that can do some damage, but here they will get damaged at some point, and then you have to put the healers preferably on the damaging tiles because they are more tanky than your DPS. And on the end the boss is going to come to the left side, so you can put better tank on the left side. Okay, so now we're waiting for the boss. Now at this point she does AoE damage to everyone. You can spawn some fighter behind her and nuke her down. So this is the end of the first floor, quote unquote. So for this one, I like to place my fighters here, and there will be some range guys should be placed here with an AoE. Because here the skeletons will be spawning who are going to be multiplying, so we want to kill them with an AoE preferably. So here are the skeletons, and as you can see they multiply. So what you want to do is place a range DPS here and then nuke all of them down. And just remember that the range DPS has a cap. I don't know for which one exactly how much, but they all do have a cap, so some are better than the others, but if you place them right away, they should be able to kill them in time before they multiply enough so they cannot attack all of them. And that's pretty much it for this stage. So you can go about collecting stuff. Now for this one, here I like placing a fighter and like range DPS. And these two tiles are left because the tentacle is going to be spawned there, so I would keep placing fighters on this stage and range DPS that you don't need, so don't place them right away. Wait for all the tentacles to spawn and just place them in places that are available to attack them before they start attacking. So when they spawn, they cannot attack right away, but later on. So let's see how it goes. And on this stage, the boss will spawn the shackling attack. The shackling attack can be attacked by your units, so you can free your units from the shackling by attacking them. So here is the tentacle, and then I use my range DPS to attack it, and it goes down. The mole attacks it. And there should be one tentacle here, and then one tentacle here. Additional. So here is a tentacle, and my Pyrus kills it. And then another tentacle here, but it didn't matter, we killed it in time. Another gold run, pretty straightforward, just kill everything. Now this one, I like to put one fighter here and a tank here, and then here there should be like multiple guys that come and multiply. So the skeletons. So AoE DPS here, single target damage here. Wrath here is amazing because he can be there as a tank and a DPS at the same time because he has amazing self-sustain if you have A5 on the Wrath. So he's really amazing in the Rift. And on this run we will have a lot of tentacles as well, so be careful not to place all the units in time. So here I place my Nocturne to kill the tentacle that comes at the behind us. So we are killing AoE guys here. Now here I forgot that I should be placing my damage. But luckily we killed all the bottom row pushing guys, so we just had the top lane left to kill. But again, don't be like me and don't place everything right away. Wait for the tentacles to come and just place a unit at a time. Now on this one, as you can see, there's like 3 spots here. Those are the spots that usually come in handy to kill the tentacles. So they are predetermined every time, so you can expect them to be spawned here and here and here and possibly here. But let's see how it goes. So again, Wrath is amazing here. Arrogance behind him, and they are green team. So we have an AoE here, needed to kill the skeletons, multiplying ones. So again, we have a tentacle here next to the green spot. You can kill it with a ranged DPS or with a melee one. Melee one is better because it will target it right away. The ranged one will gonna kill everything closer to the crystal before that. Next one will probably be top tentacle. Here we go. We kill both tentacles and we kill the boss. So this is the second floor. Now the third hardest floor. So for this one, from here comes the guys that are going to be AFK most of the time. So here you can put AoE damage or strong glass cannon guys to mow them down before they start moving. But be careful, these ranged guys can attack them, so they can take some damage. Probably will matter in higher difficulties, but pretty easy stage, just stage 1. Okay, so this stage, these guys hurt a lot, so they attack, they do a lot of single target damage, but still my Wrath was enough to tank them and to kill all of them. I did place later on a healer here to heal it, just to be safe, to be on the safe side. And here you have a bunch of guys, so I just placed right away the AoE guys to kill them down. Again, Wrath solo the fight, so pretty straightforward. Okay, so on this fight, you would want a lot of fighters. So you have only 2 placing spots for the high ground guys. So this one, and then you have 4 lanes that you have to defend. So I like to place some healers here, or 1 AoE damage and then a healer. So Wrath and tank. And because they are good self-sustaining, Isolde with a shield, and him can heal himself, right? So then the AoE damage can help them kill things faster. Here we'll have some additional AoE damage and then a boss coming on this side. Here you can, I placed the tank here because you can, from this point, you can place fighter top or bottom to cover other lanes as well. So you can box them in on the position that you think you need to. On the bottom side, there are some trash AoE guys. So I placed my Volka. She's amazing as well because she provides heal to everyone when they attack, and she heals herself even more when she attacks, so she can self-sustain, and she does have AoE attack that is good, and 2 tank for her is enough at the moment, so she can tank everything and kill them in time. And because the boss comes on the bottom lane, here he comes, I used a healer here just in case, because don't want anything to die. So if you don't have arrogance or any range DPS, you can use the Lord that we get for 7 days login. He's good on this position, but you can use here fighters toward this direction, or yeah, pretty much fighters or ranged here, range fighter here behind the tank would be my suggestions. And that's second to last. Now 1 bonus run. And the last, the hardest run that we have here. Again, I didn't use much my Salazar. The rules were in the other units for the arena, but this was enough for this stage. So what is unique about this stage is the boss will come from this lane, and then he will collect this orb thingy, and then he'll continue going here. But when he comes here, he will use the destroying attack that will destroy the tiles. So you won't be able to place the hero at all. So if you face the boss here first, he will destroy tiles, and then you won't be able to place anyone instead. So when he kills the tank, you cannot place another unit to stand in its place, and then he will revive afterwards. So then you won't be able to stop him. So basically GG. So what you have to do is you have to stop him first here, kill him here. He's going to kill the tiles, and then he'll charge here on the orb, and then you can attack him here and kill him there. So you have to kill him twice, basically. And for the other lanes, it's pretty straightforward. I think I used Volka here and some fighters here. So as you can see, boss comes here, and I place my deep tank first here, and I tried with this melee fighter, but he was too weak, so I placed my Salazar to kill him faster. And now you can see he will attack and destroy the lane, so I have sold my unit. I didn't need a cost, but just for it to be sooner, so I can place him sooner here if needs be. And then he will be charging flame fusion thingy, and then afterwards he will charge from this way, and then you need to kill him one more time, and this is pretty much the end of the run. And when you collect everything, this is the loot that you get, and you can slow down and check everything out. Again, I wouldn't recommend you taking the loot before you're happy with your run. So you can maybe try harder difficulty, or I mean, I wouldn't advise going higher difficulty. First, you should go with a hard difficulty, and then going back to the lower one if you're unable to complete the higher. But yeah, if you are able to complete everything, you can then claim your prize. And that's pretty much it. So hope to see you again, and just remember, obtain heroes, but keep some crystals to play the game. Don't be like me, don't spend all your crystals on summoning. See you guys, bye bye.